Host Larry Marble. Thanks so much for joining us today on one of our 14 affiliate stations. We're brought to you proudly each and every day by D&D Farm and Ranch. That's ddtexasoutfitters.com. Neighbor, it's time to take a look at corn, beans, and wheat, courtesy of John Tuggle & Company, Corpus. The grains were higher yesterday. Corn up 10, beans up 4, KC wheat up 17 by the bushel. Markets rallied for several reasons. No drought-breaking rains forecast for Argentina over the next 2 weeks. Sub-zero temperatures across the U.S. plains, potentially damaging winter wheat, and crude oil continuing higher, currently up over $2 a barrel at $78.25. Local cash trading virtually non-existent due to the holidays, the end of the year, and the lack of any abundance of product. John says he'll be out of the office today, but will always be by his phone. He'll be out till this next Tuesday. He wishes you a Merry Christmas. Corpus Christi's public elevator opened for Milo trucks this week Thursday, then closed Friday through Monday for Christmas. Anderson's Houston opened Wednesday and Friday, 7 to 2, Monday, January the 2nd. Anderson's expects to be closed for Milo trucks during the month of January. Cargill Houston closed for trucks through Tuesday, January the 3rd. For help marketing your grains, trust John Tuggle, 361-852-5207. I'm Larry Marble from Down on the Farm. We're at the kitchen table, and I've got RD from D&D on the line, and I understand you've got some special for us, right, RD?
Yes, sir. Hot weather's dying down, but we still have some warm days left before the cold sets in, so we're putting some of our water troughs that people have been using as swimming pools on sale, our 8 and 10 foot troughs. Now, your customers can get these for a good $800 on the 10 foot by 2 foot deep round water troughs, and 8 foot by 2 foot deep for $450 when they mention this ad. Now, if you don't need it for your swimming pools, your cattle and livestock can always use a good water trough too.
RD, tell everybody how to get a hold of you at D&D.
You can reach me here at D&D at 830-379-7340. My extension is 161.
Neighbor, let's take a look at meats, courtesy of the good folks at the USDA. Looks like pork carcass cutout value, the national figure, 101 lower at 82.45. Estimated hog slaughter, 1.428 million head for the week through Wednesday. That was down 33,000 head from last week, but it's up 3,000 from the same pace a year ago. As we look toward the cattle side, wholesale box prices mixed on Wednesday, 19-cent drop to a $2.39 increase in the select. A 19-cent drop on the choice, $2.39 increase on select. The USDA says the week's federal slaughter, 346,000 head through Wednesday, compares to 364 the last week and 363 in thousands of head during the same week last year. Ahead of the cattle on feed report Friday, analysts are looking for 2.3% lighter December inventory. November placements are expected to be 4.2% lighter. November marketings average 100.9% of last year going into the report. Wednesday's FCE online auction, 992 head, saw no sales, 153 bid, 156 ask. Neighbor, there's your meat moves from yesterday. I'm Larry Marble from Down on the Farm, and we're on the line with Brandon DeBose from DeBose Pipe, Panel, and Gate. This what year they start?
Man, they started in 1976. Grandfather started this business, backyard in Lomita, Texas.
Brandon, describe your product line and services provided.
Yes, sir. We do entrances. We sell pipe for entrances. We sell gates, livestock gates, pasture gates, heavy-duty corral gates. A little bit of, any kind of gates you'd really need out there on your farm, your pasture, whatever it is.
The phrase that y'all use within the commercial is wholesale to the public.
We're under competitors' retail prices, and our panels are the first and only to ever have a lifetime warranty against any livestock. Our heavy-duty line, they're made out of a 2-inch Schedule 80 pipe frame and 1 5/8 14-gauge rails, and they're going to weigh around 150 pounds. We're very confident in the way they're built, the material they're built out of. We're very confident in our employees that put these things together. And, there's nothing more frustrating than going buying a competitor's panel and setting up your pins and having a bull try to jump out of it and tear 3 or 4 panels, and there you are having to go buy 3 or 4 more. When ours, you bring that panel back, show us where they try to jump through to jump over, and if it's damaged by any livestock beyond use, let us know, man. We replace it, no questions asked.
Now, you offer financing, too.
We go through a company called Sweet Pay Financing. It's been a very handy tool.
You're at the Lomita location. You have 2 more?
Yes, sir. We have them in San Antonio, Texas, and Hearne, Texas.
Give us your phone number for the Lomita location.
Lomita location, we can be reached at area code 512-752-3200.
And y'all have a website, don't you?
We do, yes, sir. It's www.dubospanels.com.
Brandon, thanks for being with me here on Down on the Farm.
Thank you.
Neighbor, now it's time for my friend Tom Nicoletti and his program, Focus on Ag. Tom, what's today's topic?
A multi-million-dollar climate-smart commodities investment in Texas beef production. I'm Tom Nicoletti with Focus on Agriculture on the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network. The U.S. Department of Agriculture and Texas A&M University Kingsville have announced a new project that establishes a new climate-smart commodity, namely feeder cattle sired by bulls. On a recent trip to Kingsville and also felt furious in South Texas at the Los Hermanos Ranch, USDA Undersecretary for Farm Production and Conservation Robert Bonney was there to explain how the $4.7 million project will work. He joins me now. And Undersecretary Bonney, how will it work?
So the idea here is to support improved genetics and livestock operations to reduce greenhouse gas emissions even while we maintain agricultural productivity. There are a lot of things we can do on the livestock side to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, whether it be improved grazing management or methane digesters or feed additives. One of the things that's exciting is improved genetics.
When will this project take off?
We've just announced these grants here recently, and we'll begin negotiations with all the project leads, and hopefully later this spring we can start to move resources in a way that'll benefit producers on the ground.
Now, this also would allow participating ranchers to differentiate their calves and market those calves to prospective buyers based on climate-smart outcomes.
So one of the things we're interested in is taking advantage of some of these emerging markets that have the potential to pay farmers, ranchers, and forest owners to produce climate-smart commodities. Partner with producers, to partner with folks in agribusiness to create new markets that will allow producers to get paid for these types of things.
That is USDA Undersecretary for Farm Production and Conservation, Robert Bonney. I'm Tom Nicoletti with the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network.
When we moved to Texas, we were like fish out of water. We didn't know anyone in our neighborhood until our Texas Farm Bureau insurance agent came to the house. She was so helpful and reassuring, a friendly face with that Texan hospitality I'd heard about. When we purchased a Texas Farm Bureau insurance policy, we knew we were making the right choice. We knew our family would be protected.
Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance today at tfbinsurance.com to find an insurance agent who's a true neighbor. Coverage and discounts are subject to qualifications and policy terms and may vary by situation.
We're on the line with Benny Cox from Producers in Cargyle, San Angelo, and we're talking about the last sheep and goat sale we had. Benny, how did it turn out?
You know, I told you yesterday I thought it might pick up some and hoped that it would, and my golly, it did. We ended up having over 4,000, though. That means we caught over 1,000, 2,900. That's a crazy number. We just got along crazy good. There was a lot of additional talent there. The wool feeder lambs, we didn't have very many of them, but we had some that were just like the ones we'd had the 2 weeks prior, or from the same ranch company. They were $20 to $30 higher. On these hair sheep, the light end of those slaughter lambs were anywhere, I say the light end, the heavy end too, they're anywhere from $30 to $50 a hundred higher than what we've been seeing. Slaughter ewes, kind of 5 to 10 higher. Not a whole lot of those on offer. The kid goats, $25 to $30 higher. On these slaughter nannies, they sold in a range from $1 to $1.65, mostly $1.40 to $1.51, which is certainly higher. And the slaughter belly is still hot. Anywhere from $1.80 on some of those old thin things, up to as high as $3.01, but mostly $2.30 to $2.50 or $2.60 on those. The spread on the wool feeder lambs is anywhere from $2.30 all the way up to $2.50. The slaughter lambs, the hair sheep type, the lighter end of those, $2.50 to $4.10. And those $4.10s definitely went to kill. They weighed up there in the high 50. Some heavier weights, $1.60 to $3.10 on your slaughter ewes, anywhere from $80 to $1.37, but mostly $90 to $1.20. Kid goats sold in a range from $2.30 to $3.67, but mostly $3.12.
As we mentioned, last sale for the year. When will y'all come back?
Our first sale will be on Tuesday, January the 3rd.
All right. Well, tell everybody how to get a hold of you. I know you want to thank folks for their business for the year.
Sure do, and wish them a happy holiday and a prosperous, wet New Year.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We need that. Yeah, they can call me on my mobile. It's 325-234-4277. They can call the office, but probably won't be any there most of the next 10 days. It'll be 653-3371, but they can always look at the web, which is producersandcargyle.com.
We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
All right, adios.
Bye-bye.
Texas Farm Bureau Insurance has protected fellow Texans with auto, home, health, and life insurance since 1952. With more than 260,000 square miles of land and 27 million people, that's a lot to cover. Whether you're wrangling cattle or wrangling kids, we're proud to protect Texans in all Texan ways of life.
Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance today at tfbinsurance.com to get insurance for Texans by Texans. Coverage and discounts are subject to qualifications and policy terms and may vary by situation.
Neighbor, I enjoy the holiday shows because we get to air portions of Texas Farm Bureau radio programming, and one of my favorite programs is Dr. Bob Judd and Texas Vet Report. Dr. Bob, what's our topic today?
Scratches is a common problem on horses' legs in the winter and can be difficult to treat. Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Bob Judd with Texas Vet News on the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network. And scratches is an inflammation and infection of the skin on the lower legs of horses. The disease is correctly called equine pastern dermatitis, but it can also occur on the skin covering the cannon bones as well, especially on the hind legs. Dr. Sarah Kaiser Thorn with the Swiss Institute of Equine Medicine indicates in the Horse publication that the bacterial population on horses with scratches is different than those on horses without scratches. She indicates staph is the most common organism found in the lesions, but researchers ran genome sequencing on skin samples from 80 horses with scratches with 3 different forms of the disease. They found the bacteria was much different on affected legs, and there was a major difference in bacteria present on the skin that was treated with antibiotics, suggesting that resistant bacteria, especially staph, may be an issue. This does not mean that staph causes scratches, just that it is associated with the disease. We do know that the disease is most common in the fall and winter, especially when it is wet and muddy. The most common treatment of scratches is clipping the hair off the legs and removing the scabs. This sounds easy, but it is not in many cases, as these lesions are very tender and painful, and removing these scabs usually requires your veterinarian to sedate the horse and then slowly soak the scabs off. After this is done, I apply a cream that is antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory, and the antimicrobial agent is not an antibiotic, but a disinfectant. If the bacteria could be resistant to antibiotics, it is unlikely to be resistant to a disinfectant. The product I use is called Wound Wonder RX, and it contains chlorhexidine as the antimicrobial and triamcinolone as the steroid to reduce inflammation and scabbing. I'm Dr. Bob Judd. This is the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network.
We're on the line with Chris Carter from Karnes County Livestock. Chris, we always begin by thanking the folks that do business with us.
Yes, sir, Larry. We do want to thank all of you for your consignments and to our buyers. Last week, we ended up with 723 head of cattle. The market was stronger, which was great to see. We will not be having a sale this week or next week. We'll kick back off in 2023 on January the 5th. We do want to thank everybody for a great year. Wish everybody a Merry Christmas and safe travels over the next couple of weeks.
Tell everybody how to get a hold of you if they need you.
If you have any questions, you can call Wed and Rouse at 361-542-0810 or myself at 210-286-5345.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year to y'all.
Yes, sir. See y'all on the January 5th. Thank you.
Bye-bye. I'm Larry Marble, and I'm on the line with Tamara Sharp. Tamara, why do we need a realtor who specializes in farms, ranches, and vacant land?
Well, Larry, large acreage and vacant land transactions are not the same as residential transactions. There are aspects to negotiations, restrictions, utilities, contract, marketing, title work, and more that require expert guidance, something you'll get from Homestead and Ranch Real Estate.
Tamara, tell me how it's different with y'all.
The agents with Homestead and Ranch Real Estate are rural home and land specialists through our continued market research, experience, and our classic approach to customer service. We keep up with prices in an ever-changing market.
Tamara, tell everybody in the Down on the Farm audience how they can get a hold of you.
They can call me directly at 254-744-6876, and I give you my word, I will call you back, or visit homesteadandranch.com.
Tamara, thanks for being on Down on the Farm.
Absolutely, Larry. Thank you.
Neighbor, let's take a long look at the grains, courtesy of John Tuggle & Company, Corpus, 361-852-5207. Milo through Corpus in December, March plus 90, $13.43. Progresso, March plus $1, $13.61. Yellow corn to Corpus in December, March plus $2, $8.62 and a quarter. We'll call Progresso, March plus $2.20, $8.82 and a quarter. Hard red winter wheat to Houston in December, March plus $1.30, $9.94. And number one beans to Houston in December, Jan less 25, $14.56. 22,105 bale of Texas cotton moved yesterday, 19,179 of West Texas, 2,926 of East Texas. Prices range from $85.55 to $80.05, with the average looks like about $82.80. Neighbor, that's it for the best darn farm show in 100,000 square miles of the great state of Texas. No brag, just fact. I am Larry Marble, and you are my neighbor. Neighbor, have a grand day.